Hey guys, it's Maddie from Let's Eat Plants, and today we are doing a batch prep to prepare some of our staples for the week. So if you guys saw my last grocery haul video where I had a huge bag of black beans, then you'll know this month is bean theme. And today we are going to batch cook a couple different types of beans so that we can have them ready to go, ready to use in our upcoming recipes. So of course we are going to start with black beans. I'm just gonna batch prepare a huge quantity of these, and I'm going to use some of them this week and then also freeze some of them for later use. And then we are also going to batch prepare some of these white beans. These are just white kidney beans, and I'm going to cook a batch of these because I do have some specific recipes planned out for these, and I also feel like they're a pretty common bean. I think most of you will be able to find them pretty easily in your grocery store. And then I also got out some mung beans. These are not going to be cooked today. We are just going to start sprouting them. It's very, very easy. I will show you guys how to do it, but I wanted to start them today so that we can eat them in a few days. And I also have some other sprouts. I thought since I'm sprouting the mung beans already, I can do these at the same time. And then we'll also be cooking a grain in the Instant Pot. I just have these rye berries. You can use any grain you like, quinoa, brown rice, millet, doesn't really matter. I just like to have at least one bean and one grain per week. So today we're cooking these rye berries. And then I do have some already cooked beans. I have these frozen lentils that I cooked a few weeks ago, and they have just been chilling in my freezer waiting for me to use them. So I'm going to put these in the refrigerator so that they will defrost overnight, and then they will be ready to use tomorrow. And then I also have these already cooked chickpeas. These are just some leftovers that I had in the fridge, and I'm going to make like a pesto hummus with these. I have some basil to use up, so I thought that that would be good with these chickpeas. And then the rest is pretty much veggies. As you guys are gonna see, I'm just gonna wash and chop everything to prepare it for later use. And with that, let's get started. So first thing, of course, we're gonna do is get our apron on and set the mood. Today, I'm just listening to some jazz on YouTube with this gorgeous spring background. So first up, we will be cooking our white beans, and I like to give them a quick rinse before filling it with clean water and then adding a little piece of kombu, and we'll be cooking these for 35 minutes. Next, we're just filling the sink and adding in all the veggies to be washed. And then I'm just doing our herbs in separate wash basins, as well as the mushrooms and also our lettuce. And I'm actually only washing about half of this head of lettuce. I just find it stays fresher longer to do half at a time. And then of course, peeling our sweet potato. And then for our sprouts, it is so easy. We're just gonna add a couple tablespoons of mung beans into the jar, as well as a couple tablespoons of our sprouting seeds. And then you wanna give those a rinse, and then just fill them with cold water to soak. Same thing for the sprouting seeds, give them a rinse. I like to drain the water with the cheesecloth already on there so we don't lose any seeds. And then just fill the jar back up with fresh water and let them soak. The mung beans will soak for about 8 to 12 hours, and the sprouting seeds only need about 4 to 6 hours. And now meanwhile, we're just going to chop all of our veggies, starting of course with the onions. And I like to chop extra so that I have them to use. Once they're chopped and in the jar, they should stay fresh for about 7 to 10 days. And then same thing with the garlic. I like to peel a little bit extra to have it ready to use. And now just chopping our sweet potato, and our carrots, and our celery, which I had already washed and chopped some of it, so that is why it is in this glass Tupperware with water, and all we need to do is chop it. And now with all of our soup veggies chopped, I'm just starting off the soup with a little bit of onion, sweet potato, carrots, as well as the celery, and then just some water with bay leaves and a little bit of our Better Than Bouillon broth paste. And while that cooks, I'm just releasing the pressure from the Instant Pot as our white beans are finished. And then you can just let those cool in a glass Tupperware while you rinse out the liner of the Instant Pot and prepare it for whatever you're cooking next. I decided to cook the black beans next. Adding another piece of kombu, and then these will cook for 22 minutes. Now this is a hack that I saw where you can use an egg slicer for your mushrooms. So I was giving it a try. It did not work very well for me, but let me know in a comment down below if any of you have tried this and it has worked for you. I couldn't get it to work, so I just went back to my knife for these mushrooms. And now just moving on to chopping our broccoli and our bell pepper, and also our lettuce. I like to do a chop of a couple of the leaves so that it's ready to use, but then I also like to keep some of the leaves whole. You can see those at the bottom of the Tupperware, and I can just take those out and chop them when needed, but I have some already chopped on the top. And then we're gonna go ahead and steam the broccoli, which steams very quickly. It only needs about 5 or 6 minutes. And then moving on to making our pesto hummus. We have our chickpeas, garlic, basil, lemon juice, tahini, a little bit of salt, and some nutritional yeast. Just blend that all up, give it a taste, and adjust the seasonings if needed. And then just release the pressure on the black beans and again, let those cool in a Tupperware. And then we will get our rye berries ready. I'm just giving them a quick rinse before popping them in the Instant Pot for 20 minutes. And of course, those took a little bit of time to cook as well, but I like to use that time to clean up since the Instant Pot is hands-off cooking. And now here we have everything ready to go. So of course we have our black beans, enough to be used in the week as well as some to freeze. And I do suggest if you're freezing them to leave enough space for expansion. So I'm just separating one of the Tupperwares into 2 separate Tupperwares so that we don't risk any Tupperware explosion in our freezer. And then we also have our white beans, our rye berries, our chopped lettuce with, of course, the whole leaf lettuce underneath, our chopped mushrooms, our washed tomatoes and chopped onion, our bell pepper chopped 2 different ways, our basil and cilantro, and there is more cilantro underneath, as well as our peeled garlic, steamed broccoli, ready to eat soup, and our pesto hummus. Now, once your sprouts have soaked, you're just going to want to drain them and let them rest on their side overnight. And then every morning and evening, you're going to give them a rinse just like this. Just fill your jar with water, give it a swish, drain the water back out. It's very helpful if you use some cheesecloth to do this. And then once they've been rinsed, they go back on the counter. And like I said, you just do this twice a day until they've grown into sprouts. I think I've mentioned before that I like to have at least some completely ready to go items even at the end of a batch prep so that I have something to eat later that evening. So this soup will be perfect for that. And now if you are interested on how I'm going to put all of these together and make very fast, easy meals, you're gonna wanna watch the video that is going live next week. I'm actually back to my Wednesday, Friday upload schedule. And if you wanna be notified when that video goes live and you haven't turned on the notifications yet, make sure you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button down below. And that way you'll be notified when any new video goes live, including the one next week. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's eat plants, and I will see you guys next time.